how to tune the mandolin. It's quite an important thing to do, really. We've got 8 strings and they're in pairs, so if it's out of tune, it really sounds out of tune. So it's quite important, first of all, I think, to get some kind of tuning mechanism. I personally swear by this D'Addario tiny little clip-on tuner. Not much, sort of £15, $20, something like that. Just clips on the end of my mandolin like that, and when I turn it on, it picks up the vibration through the mandolin and tells me what note I'm playing. So it means, in theory, in a jam session, it's not picking up all the other instruments. It just picks up your mandolin and allows you to tune. I absolutely love this D'Addario tuner, but there's some other good tuners. Snark do a good one, and there's good. I have a couple of apps on my phone as well that are a lot more accurate, but obviously you can't use them in a jam session. So I've got an app on my phone called ClearTune that I use at home. It's a real fine tuner, and then kind of for tuning on the fly, I have this little D'Addario clip-on tuner. So the notes we need. Depends how you want to remember it. I remember it as the Australian hello, GDAE, good day. That's how I first remembered it, GDAE. G, D, A, E, exactly the same as a violin. And they're in pairs. That's an important thing with a mandolin. G, G, D, D, A, A, E, E. So, to tune a mandolin, let me just knock this out of tune. Okay, so we have an out of tune mandolin, as most of them sound when you bring them home from the shop. This is how I personally tune a mandolin. Some people do it slightly differently, but generally I would start with, I don't start with the lowest string, I'd start with one of the other strings. So I kind of 440 Hertz A is kind of what we all tune to. So I go for the 3rd string down. So first thing, this one here, this 3rd string, the A, that's where I start my tuning. So what I'll do is I'll hit the lower of the 2 strings, as it, by lower I mean, some people say this differently, the string closest to me. And now my tuner's telling me it's flat. So I'm going to turn the tuning head. Sort of every 2 seconds I'll hit the string. And every time I hit it, I'll just notch the tuning up a little bit. Okay, so that's telling me I'm in tune now. And I'll do that with the next string. And again, I'll just... So, I've gone too far now. I've gone too sharp with the 2nd A string. Now, a lot of beginners think that you then just tune down until you're in tune. But the mechanics of the way strings work is if you tune down, so if you're sharp and then you tune into tune, once you stop turning the mechanism at the top, the string will actually keep on going down. It'll keep going flat. So even though you'll go from sharp to in tune, you'll then leave it and your string will carry on and it'll end up being flat. So what you need to do, if you've got a string that's too sharp, I'll just go back up. So we've got 1 string in tune and 1 string sharp. You need to knock it below the actual note, so you need to go flat. So I've gone too flat, and then tune up. Like that, until they're both in tune. So if you're sharp, knock it flat, and then tune up into the right note. That's important on the mandolin. Most string instruments are like that. Don't go from sharp to in tune, go sharp to flat to in tune. So I'm going to do that with all this, and then I'll probably do the E string after that. So we're flat again. Here I'll hit a string and tune it a bit, hit a string, so I'm constantly sort of providing myself a little feedback loop of where I am. So I'm not just hitting it and then guessing the tuning, I'm just doing it in little increments. So that's in tune now. So there we have our E string in tune, and then I'll do the D. It's flat again, so I'll tune up. That's in tune. You see how I went too far, so I just knock it flat and then tune up again. And then finally, G string. There we go, we're back in tune. So there we have it, how to tune the mandolin. The main things you need to remember are, remember yourself a little mnemonic on what the notes should be. For me it was good A, Australian hello, G-D-A-E. Get yourself some kind of tuner, unless you're lucky enough to have perfect pitch. Get you some kind of £10, £15, $15, $20, something around that mark will serve you absolutely perfectly. I used a Dario, you could use Snark. Clip it on the end of your instrument, and then they're normally set in 440 concert pitch, that's what we need, and tune up into the note. Don't go from sharp to in tune, always go flat into the note. They're your main points. Good luck. First time you do it, you'll be very tentative, and it might take you a while. You'll probably go past it, you have to go flat again, but you'll pretty soon pick up the knack of it. And unfortunately, it's a necessity. It's a horrible instrument if it's out of tune. It's definitely worth something practicing and getting it right, because the quicker you can do it, the quicker you can get on with your practice.